Yo, Wet Painters, Dave Good here, back to talk about Season 2, Episode 3 of The Bachelor Pad. This week on the show, we got two very special guests. Natalie Getz and I got to come back and judge a competition. I thought being on the show that I might be able to get some inside information for everybody, but they really had Natalie and I on lockdown. They wouldn't even let us talk to anybody. The producers walked with us the whole time, and we were in and out really, really fast. They really didn't want anything to get leaked, which I understand. It did feel really good to be back in the house and see everybody and talk to Chris again. And I'll tell you what, I really, really wish that I was playing for that $250,000 again. I would like to talk some strategy here, and I got to give it up to Erica Rose. She really stepped up her game this week, and the way she handled Melissa and how calm she was, and even crawling around, literally crawling around on the ground to listen to what was going on. And she was so calm, cool, and collective when people came out her. If you notice, she's staying out of the drama, and I thought she did great. She even was leaning on Jake, and she's using people to her advantage. And the other person I got to give some credit to is Jake. Even though he got sent home, the guy played a great game. He did the best he could. I even hate to give him credit for it, because you know how I feel about him sometimes. But I have to. He was using people to his advantage. He was getting Melissa, getting people. He almost had Kasey sent home. They said it was the closest vote in Bachelor Pad history. And I believe that. He rallied the troops, and I got to give credit where credit was due. Jake, good job, buddy. I mean, you almost pulled it off. This week, Kasey pulled Vienna aside and wanted to sit her down and talk to her and confess his love, tell her how he feels. And he went to pull out a ring, or went to pull something out of his pocket, and Vienna goes, "I hope that's not an engagement ring." And I think that really tells you how, as embarrassing as that is, I mean, that's such a mood killer, but where they are at in their relationship. But I said this before, they're going to be the death of each other in this show, because, and maybe real life, it doesn't look like they get along very well from what we've seen on TV. I wish them nothing but the best. I don't ever want two people that are in love to have a bad relationship, but from what we've seen, it looks terrifying. Terrifying. And with that being said, I think they're going to implode. They're going to be the ones that get each other sent home from arguing, bickering, making everybody else uncomfortable in the house, and putting a target on themselves. That's something you don't want to do. You don't want that target on your back. My goal for next week, when I come back to you guys, is to have an answer as to why ABC just cut it out, went straight to black at the end of the show. That was the stupidest ending I've ever seen. I'm assuming it's because Jake said that he was going to bring as many people down with him as he could, and he probably really made an ass of himself, and they didn't want to ruin his name again, like they're little Jake, so they didn't want to do that, and so they literally had to cut the whole thing out. I will find out, do my homework, I'll find out and bring it back to you guys next week, and we'll have an answer as to why they did that. I got to give my shout outs to wetpaint.com, facebook.com/The Bachelorette fan site. You can watch us there, and you can follow me on Twitter at Dave L. Good. Y'all have a good week.